Here are the Sky front shock mounts. Sky Manufacturing's Panhard bar mount that goes on the left side of the frame. That is the reverse shackle kit for an F-250 or F-350, but you can also use it on a 150 to do a straight axle conversion. Upper shock plates and U-bolt flip kit for Dana 60. What this mount does is it's a mount for the track bar, and it also, the top hole moves the bottom shock mount up 4 inches. The rear leaf spring purchase for the front. And there are boxes that get welded in to hook these to the frame. There's the track bar. We got the Low Pro shackles in here as well. Here we have the 2008 to 2016 Super Duty rear leaf spring conversion kit. It moves the front leaf spring hanger 6 or 8 inches forward, allows for a longer leaf spring so the arch isn't as high. Boomerang rear purchase, shackles I should say. That's from Sky Manufacturing as well. Here is the Carrick's custom rear shock mount. It does it, this mounts to the frame, and that tube runs over top of the frame, and you mount your shock mounts to it. Allows for a longer travel shock. I didn't want to use the factory shock mount, so this is an ideal thing to allow me to reposition the shocks. Factory caliper brackets and factory Super Duty shock mounts. I'm not going to use those because they don't work with the track bar bracket, so I got the Sky's shock mounts. So that's where we're at with that. 8-inch front leaf springs. Those are 8. The shackle reversal is 2, that makes 10, but that makes 10 on a Super Duty. So on a F-150, that should be anywhere from 12 to 13 inches of lift. So, the crossover steering is on order. I had to send out my factory steering knuckle to Sky so they could machine the top of the knuckle to allow for the high steering arm. I should have that relatively soon, in a couple weeks. And I also have a set of 6-inch lift rear leaf springs on order. Those are 6-inch, add to this Super Duty conversion kit, which makes 4 inches of lift. So that should give 10. We'll get the truck mocked up and we'll see if 10 is enough. I'll just add a 2 or 3 inch block thereafter. The goal is to get this truck off the independent suspension, which currently has 6-inch suspension and 3-inch body on 35-inch swampers. The goal is to get this truck up onto 44-inch boggers, all 1-ton running gear. Whether or not I use this motor or not, this is a D9TE AB Ford block, 1983 is the casting number on it, the year it was casted. It's currently 30 over, which would make it about a 466. I plan on stroking it to either a 521 or a 545. 600 horse, 600 torque, preferably on pump gas. So we'll see. So yeah, between the frame outside that all that stuff's getting mounted to, this body. That's the plan. This is a 1989 Ford F-150 frame that I'm going to be using to make a 1-ton standard cab short bed truck. Pretty much stripped everything off of it as best as we could. Still determining whether or not I want to take that cab bracket off and redo it. They're still in good shape, but the core support and every other mount for the most part has been removed. As we walk along, we'll look at what needs to be done. So this front frame section is where the reverse shackle kit will get mounted. It uses 1 or 2 of these factory holes. You line it up, you got to drill new ones. Steering box areas solid. Get to where the coil bucket was. Some questionable areas. These are the factory holes, but they've kind of rotted out. The panhard bar mount and the upper shock mounts go about right here. So I'm still determining whether I want to section in a good piece or from the back plate it, just flatten it all out. It's still solid in spots. A little crack here, but right inside there is a part of the engine cross member. It should be able to secure it, support it. But otherwise, the steering box area is secure, not loose or cracked anywhere. Should be minor repairs to reinforce it. The rest of the frame we've gone over is pretty solid. The back cab mount cross member doesn't seem to have any rust on it that compromises it. All looks just like scale on the outside. If not, it can be replaced. Emergency brake's got to come off. This is where the factory leaf spring hanger went. The new kit will move the back to here and the front to here. So you can see that adds about 8 inches forward for the Super Duty leaf springs. The area where the factory shock mount went, dirt and debris gathers behind it. So this section here, I'm probably gonna have to cut that little bit out, plate a new piece in. What I did is I went to the company Send Cut Send and had a plate made for the back here. I can bolt it or weld it on the inside of the C-channel, and then the Carrick Customs shock mount mounts here and sticks up. That's that tube that runs across. So I can plate it from the inside, the Carrick's custom mount on the outside, bolt it all together. That should be pretty reinforced. It should be good. The rest of the frame to the back is solid. These cross members are good. They're not compromised in any way, not cracked, not rusted through. On to the other side. That'll just be a quick little weld. This side of the frame, no rust, no problems. Where this shock went, just a little pinhole, a couple pinholes right there. Otherwise, solid. Same thing, Send Cut Send. Made me up some plates that go on the back here. You can see on this side the rust, how it forms from the inside and goes out. So, this cross member, it's got some rust in it. This is the one that has the heat shield for the muffler, and dirt gets up between the heat shield there and rots that out. I was able to find brand new replacements rather than trying to patch that. So I think I found them for like 300 bucks. No biggie. Rest of the frame, solid. Cab mount is solid. This area here is where the back leaf spring hanger will go. It'll go from here to here. So that area is solid. Onto the worst part of the frame. Passenger side behind the coil mount. it's toast. This little line right here is the factory cross member for the engine inside. So from here to here is going to have to get cut out. But also from here to here, the top part is going to have to get cut out because corrosion got behind it and lifted it. So these factory spot welds will have to go, rivets. Cut this out. And then that section, and then here to here is going to have to be completely cut out and a new piece welded in. So the only thing that's going to go here is the upper shock mount. I'll probably from the inside plate it, reinforce the bottom, reinforce the top, and then dress it so it doesn't look like it's just all patched up. And then frame horn. So just gonna need some TLC, a little fabricating. I could have gotten an F-250 or an F-350 section 16 inches out of the back before, right after the cab. But you know, why make it easy? So, that's the plan. It's a 10.5 Sterling out of a 03 or 04 F-350. A Dana 60, that was out of an 03 F-350. Right now, these are gonna be my mock-up axles to get the frame into a roller. Probably gonna look for another 10.5 rear. This one worked, but it's very scaly, very, very rusty, and very pitted. So they're easy to come by. And this one here is going to be the Dana 60 that I probably end up rebuilding. As you see, I had to take the knuckle out to send it off for machining. So probably for the size I'm going, these are going to have to be redone to a 513 or a 538 to be a little more ignorant. So.